I think that's the four games of this week. Um, and
Oh, okay.
and I think
Yeah. Are they playing all together or?
no, that
Oh,
it has to
okay.
be another week, right? So because if my
Oh, yeah. I
yeah,
remember.
yeah,
Yeah.
I guess we talked a lot and covered a lot.
Well, before before
Yeah.
we are going to end. I want to talk about Sami Khedira's interview
Oh
with
yeah.
Juventus.
Yeah, go ahead. That was a very insightful interview. Not interview, basically. He was in the podcast with
Yeah.
ESPN Gabs and Jules, and he was basically talking about um, his first recognition from Jose Mourinho, how he signed for Real Madrid, how his training was different from Germany, and then obviously there was the rivalry between Barcelona in so many levels. Pep versus Jose Mourinho in 2010 to 2012-13 period, and then obviously Messi versus Ronaldo, and then there are other personal fights and stuff like that. But he did say some very interesting. I mean, which was according to what you was the most interesting part of that conversation.
Actually, when he talked about Juventus, it was actually more insightful because he was a Juventus player when Cristiano
Came in.
went back, and there, yeah, when sorry, yeah, came in, and there were like mm, recently, how can I say, comments about that Juventus team from their players, also ex-players like Buffon,
Yeah,
and
they're
it
talking about
wasn't
they've
actually,
lost their identity and stuff like that, and a lot of people
yeah,
didn't
because
understand
of,
that.
yeah, because of Ronaldo and stuff like this. And the thing is that like I almost agree all of it with
And
Sami Khedira.
and if you remember, we did talk about it's not just about Ronaldo, but the others you
Yeah,
put in because
yeah.
you spent so much
That
on one player. You took all the free players on the midfield, and that really ruined the team and identity.
Yeah, it ruined the balance. Actually, like we talked about, like three, four strikers playing in the same team. Like, why would you need Higuain anymore if Ronaldo was playing, and Mandzukic was there?
I
Like,
think what happened with Juventus, I think they didn't expect Ronaldo to come out all of a sudden, and it happened
yeah,
in a very quick window, right? And they said, okay, let's bring this guy. But in
yeah,
the
but it was in the beginning of
it was not well
the
planned.
transfer. Yeah, it was the beginning of the like transfer window, so they can actually still sell
But
the
if
players.
you remember, I think Higuain was on loan or something previous year or something,
Yeah, in Chelsea.
and then he came back,
Yeah,
and they were finding it hard to sell him at that point, and they were thinking of using him somehow. And there was Mandzukic, obviously, and then obviously Ronaldo came in. Um, and the amount of money that was spent on Ronaldo, obviously a lot of things were covered. And then the midfield, the free Ramses, the others, Bentancur and stuff like that. Those ruined the entire midfield for Juventus, and that really, and also the back line. Somehow the Barzagli was not there anymore. I think Bonucci and Chiellini was there, but then they're aging, and then you have Dillit. They already had someone Rugani on the bench, and they had Christian Romero, if you remember. Christian Romero was a
yeah,
Juventus
yeah.
player, and
Cristiano Ronaldo.
he was loaned out to Genoa and then Atalanta and stuff like that. But coming back to
Yeah,
that, they had very good eye for defender, and they have lost Barzagli, and they couldn't replace them with the similar kind of defender or defensive unit. And I think that's where they lost one touch, and the second was the midfield. They always had very hard-working, Claudio Marchisio, and obviously that Matuidi, and obviously Sami Khedira was one of them, and
yeah,
that's what he was talking about. And we talked about that a long time ago. It was not just Ronaldo, but
yeah,
other players that was got for free because of the financial balance. unbalance the
Yeah,
team.
yeah, exactly. And he also mentioned um, Manchester United, and they are doing almost the same thing as Juventus did.
Yeah,
And it's not like only Ronaldo's fault or something like this. He still can score in the box.
but you
Like,
need players around him to work
yeah,
more harder for him. So
yeah.
where is
Also,
that?
like you need to change a little bit of your identity to make these things, so these sort of things work, and that's
Yeah,
what he mentioned actually before.
I think Ragnick works. He literally said that Ragnick plays on gegenpressing, but how can you do that
Yeah,
with Ronaldo?
yeah.
It's almost same as Jorge Sampaoli, if you remember. He was Argentine coach. He likes to press and stuff like that, but he has who? Higuain, Messi, and
Messi.
Di
Only guy who was running around is Di
Di
Maria.
Maria, and then he doesn't have a very good number five on that 2018 World Cup
Yeah.
team. It doesn't have really athletic midfield as well. So it was
Well,
aging team.
any sort of athletic midfielder he did
Mm,
not have actually.
no.
Like
So
Biglia,
Mascherano
Mascherano,
and then yeah, basically Enzo Perez or probably something like that.
Enzo Perez, or yeah,
But anyway, you might have an idea, but you need a player to execute that. And if the player is not there, right fit, I think then you have to tweak your plan. And when you tweak your plan, it might not come as good as you thought, and then your entire reputation is on the line.
yeah. That's what I liked about like Pep Guardiola actually. Like when he moved to Man City,
Hmm.
there like he said that in the interview, like he probably uh, knew that from one season before, when he was training with Bayern Munich, and when he talked about it with Xavi Alonso, and Guardiola was saying Alonso was telling him like second ball, go for the second ball, and he did not actually care for the second ball in his like first half of his first season, and they lost quite a bit games, and now they are collecting second balls and even like do counter attacks from the back, like from Ederson.
Hmm. Hmm. No, absolutely spot on. You need to evolve as tactician or
Yeah,
player or whoever you are. Otherwise, if you
and he did not actually gave up his identity at
no,
all. Like
you always expand on the
yeah,
whatever you have, right? You always learn and get more and stuff like that. But yeah, great analysis, great conversation. You can see that Sami Khedira, how intelligent he was, and he might be a very good coach if he goes into coaching.
yeah.
Uh,
That's what I like, how his observation power with
mhm.
like how he described like how to take balls from Xavi, Iniesta, and Busquets.
Yeah, you cannot, and basically they were
Yeah,
trained to block the passages of passes,
yeah,
which was interesting. We kind of knew, but it is always interesting
yeah.
when a player basically played against them and basically explains stuff like that and still has a lot of respect and reverence for the opponents, which is great to see among the almost like a chaotic kind of war, um, but still have respect deep in their football, which is great to see. Anything else to add on anything?
No, I think we talked quite a while. I don't know how
Yeah, a
much,
couple hours at least happens every time.
followers probably. Yeah,
But yeah, it's been all great conversation and happy to chat. It just went a bit overboard, but that's okay. I'll be back
yeah.
back with more very soon. On
I
that
hope
note,
it won't be too much too long.
but yeah, we just keep
Yeah,
talking about one thing and
yeah.
another. Yeah, it's hard. But yeah, on the final note, I'd like to thank anyone if anyone is watching, and if anyone is been watching partially, thank you. I'd like to put this part of the video in front, back, and everywhere. But yeah, thank you if anyone is watching and listening.